to the NFL on EA Sports. Two teams will need their quarterbacks to step up and lead their offenses on the gridiron today. It's Carr's Raiders going up against Bortles' Jaguars.
Larry, first opened in 1995. There's a look inside Everbank Field here in the River City of Jacksonville, Florida. This crowd excited to see their Jaguars as both teams emerged from their tunnels a moment ago. We are just about ready for football as the Jags get set to match up with the Oakland Raiders. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Carry now from Marshawn Lynch. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And when you're running the football, one thing you don't want to see is a big boy coming up there to swallow you whole in those D tackles and nose tackles.
No, you're actually counting on your big boys to protect you from them. But on that play, the defensive tackle had the leverage, and he won the battle. No gain, correct?
No gain. On second down, here's Carr. Over the middle, it's Jared Cook. There he goes, left side. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 78 yards. First and goal here from the 2. They'll run for it with Lynch. A big hit. Knocked down sideways at the 3-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll make it second and goal. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They try again with Lynch. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. From the 3-yard line once more. Now here's 3rd and goal. Now Carr. Escaping, hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And did the Jaguars come up with it? They did.
Well, give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but that's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
And instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. And tough starting field position here. On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. Let's see what the offense comes with here. 2nd and 8. Again, it's Fournette. And he'll be taken down for a loss back at the 3. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
Back near his goal line. Here's Bortles. And this is going to be incomplete.
And that's a great opening series defensively. You force what should be a 3-and-out on your opening possession.
And great coverage there on 3rd down to force the incompletion to set up 4th. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. And taken right at the 35. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And so close to hitting pay dirt last time, fumbling down near the goal line. Now, how does that affect their psyche this time around?
It's a tester, that's for sure, because to be that close and come away with no points is really disappointing, not just for the guys on offense, for the defensive players, too, who thought, hey, we'll put some points up and have a little momentum going. They've got to find a way to just get it out of their minds, let it go,
short-term memory,
and move on to the next series.
We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Calais Campbell in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. They fake the handoff. Now Carr eluding the pressure right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. Jags taking over on offense here in a second. And what a season, Charles, it was for Jacksonville. Some people did like them as a dark horse coming into the year, and they really responded.
Heard recently at one of the, all-star games, college all-star games, a scout saying, well, heck, haven't they been the dark horse for the last 5 years coming into the season? And he seemed a little bit bitter, so I'm going to let him go on that one. But the point is well taken. They had been building towards this. Really good drafts, really supplemented in free agency. And, yeah, they were a dark horse, but they played awfully well. 11 wins, 2 more in the playoffs. I think right now they'd love to get Allen Robinson back at wide receiver and add another playmaking tight end.
He'll set up the screen to Fournette. And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
On 1st and 10, here's Bortles. Buying time to his left. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
2nd down here after the incomplete pass. Shotgun now for Bortles. Flush to his right. And he's got some space here. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Alongside the former defensive back Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Jaguar football as we begin quarter number 2. They're up against a 3rd and 2 to start things out. Working from the gun, it's Bortles. He's got the hook up to Lee. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Bortles now on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Mario Edwards in there to sack him for a loss of 6. On second down, here's Bortles. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Eddie Vanderdoes in there to get him, and this pass rush strong now. That's sacks on back-to-back plays. Following the sack, 3rd and long for Bortles and the Jags. From the gun, it's Bortles. He's going to let this one go deep. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
This is taken at the 15. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. They go play action here on first down. Finding some room at midfield. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Well, with that incompletion, a chance to discuss the Pro Bowl happened January 28th, just a few miles from your house there in Orlando.
Yeah, how about that? A lot of excitement, a lot of enthusiasm for the Pro Bowl. You do hear the critics talk about it, but for a lot of NFL fans, closest they're going to get to an NFL game. They love to go to this one, support their team, of course, support the league.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off here by Aaron Colvin. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
The Jaguars getting set to go. And this is their 3rd drive. Maybe the focus right now not so much on points, but getting their first down.
And when you start off a game, you don't even think that's an issue, do you? But you go a drive, a second drive, no first down, that becomes an issue. Now you got to think about, okay, what type of play calling do I have to do to get us in a spot to pick that first one up?
That'll be taken in the end zone. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. They'll start on the ground with Lynch. And nice yardage right off the bat here as he's up to about the 24-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they've bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
They'll keep pounding here with Lynch. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Carr now on first down. Flushed out right. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable second and short.
On second down, Lynch shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
And some space here. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Marshawn Lynch, 63 yards. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And, you know, their previous possession, they were able to move the football, but still wound up punting in the end.
You know, in 2016, Carolina had a 20-play drive that lasted over 10 minutes. And remember how it ended?
In a punt.
Yeah, I mean, how does that happen? You just don't see that happen every day.
And this one maybe not quite that bad, but still, you'd like to have a chance. Looking for Hearns, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the All-Pro, Navarro Bowman. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
Blake Bortles simply cannot keep putting his defense in these types of predicaments. He's got to take care of the football.
And last season, a lot of the turnovers, just like this one, in Jags territory, 11 of the 16 really put them in a tough spot in plus territory for the opposition. First down, the run with Lynch. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. A minute 58 to go in this first half of play. Back with more from Jacksonville. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this. Again, they'll pound it with Lynch. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Throwing his car on third down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. 30. Past the 20. And they will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. Third down, passing down. They throw the extra defensive back in there for a nickel package, and it worked out.
And it's not anything that you would think is just great strategy. It's just that when you have 5 defensive backs on the field on an obvious passing down, it's a lot tougher to complete a pass. And on that play, they completed it just to the wrong team, and it cost them 6 points.
And again, it's no good. A few boo birds coming out as he's missed his second extra point here in the first half. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So out come the Raiders. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this ride.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem. Rush coming, and he's taken down. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. A 10th carry of the game for Marshawn Lynch. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. And now the Jags going to signal for another timeout. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. The Raiders on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 17. They find some open field here. He did well to get him 8 yards, but it's still going to mean a call to the punt team on 4th down.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Now he's forced out right. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Umpire threw the flag. Usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
Now to throw. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Travis Carey. And he will not get all the way home, but he will take this back down to about the 2-yard line. And that pick just sets him up beautifully right down near the goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college. And our defensive coordinator says, we're going to call this Be Who You Are defense.
And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Marshawn Lynch with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Raiders have drawn even here, and they can take the lead with the extra point to come. Out to kick is Janikowski. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And he goes across the 20 to the 22. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Clock running as Bortles hurries to try to get his guys set. Here's Bortles to throw. Over the middle, the connection to Hearns. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. And they'll send the tight end in motion left. Throwing on first down is Bortles. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Mario Edwards in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. Now Bortles throwing on second down. And the pressure gets to him again. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They've talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's second down. They'll run it again with Fournette. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. The Jaguars on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is third down and 12. The play fake to Ivory. Now Bortles rolling to his right. And that's complete to Lewis. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
So the D-line's going to spread out. Fournette, a first down carry. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
On third and long, it's Bortles. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off around the 37. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Carr gives to Marshawn. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
So the offense looking at a 2nd and 8. They'll run again with Lynch. Pushes him over. Oh, and now he bowls him over. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up third and about 6.
Doesn't matter who you're rooting for in this game. The effort of the man with the football getting away from one and trying to turn forward and get some yardage. I really liked what he did there.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Now Carr going to give to Olawale. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. So on 4th down, off goes Carr, and on is Sebastian Janikowski. And the 39-year-old veteran puts it right through. And that'll move their lead up to 4 now. So it's only 3 points on this opening drive of the 3rd quarter. And even though that stretches out the lead, Charles, I think you'd have to consider this a win for the defense, no?
Couldn't agree more, Brandon. That offense got themselves in prime position to really open up this ball game, but the drive stalled out. And yeah, 3 points is very easy to get back in today's NFL.
Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set to go again. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. The Jags picking up the 1st down there, a gain of 12.
And Leonard Fournette impressing there with that run. It's hard to believe that no Jacksonville Jaguar has broken 1,000 yards since Maurice Jones-Drew in 2011. I think Leonard Fournette could be that guy.
Even with the ankle injury last year at LSU, still averaged 6.5 yards per carry.
And absolutely intimidated opposing defenses. A lot of guys simply didn't want to tackle him. And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, helped force the incompletion.
Well, had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Now Bortles. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw. Unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing is Bortles. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Miles Jack from his outside linebacker spot. He comes up to drop him for a loss of 10. Lynch running the counter. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole. 3rd and long.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
On play action, it's Carr. He's going to launch this thing. Wait, and he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 40, and he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Trying to get the run game going. This is Fournette. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Back now in Jacksonville. It's Jaguar football, but a little work to do for them. They trail here as we start the 4th. And the offense behind the chains here a touch on 2nd and 11. To throw is Bortles. A swing pass caught. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Well, they've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually happens when you're throwing the ball underneath. People start to press up on you. Push them deep. Find some space and open things up again. Being aggressive there, I think, will pay off for them.
In motion now is Lee. They'll try and run forward with Fournette. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. A great effort there. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Jaguars have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Malik Jackson able to drop him for a loss of a couple. That's something you see a whole lot of, a sack of Derek Carr, and due in large part to a good O-line. Carr was sacked on less than 3% of his dropbacks last year, lowest in the league.
Oakland knew it was important to take care of their quarterback. They picked up Donald Penn, Kelechi Osemele, and Rodney Hudson in recent years, and it's paid off.
Steps away to his left. Now he's going to throw deep, and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Barry Church. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. That had disaster written all over. You've got a right-handed quarterback, a rolling left, and throwing it pretty far downfield.
It's really difficult to do, to try and get your body twisted around into the proper position and get anything on the ball as you heave it downfield. And that's what it actually turns into, a heave. And that's not really a good throw, is it?
Not good, and we saw the result. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. A fake to Fournette. Now it's Bortles to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. Gonna let one flip. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Jaguars. Allen Robinson, 68 yards. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And the Jags grab it. Then he will bring it back to about the 11-yard line.
There's never a good place on the field to fumble the ball. Let's just call it as it is.
But definitely not in your own red zone.
In your own red zone, it's heightened, isn't it? Because you're almost automatically giving up a score and the momentum, and everything just changes for your team.
Yeah, so the kickoff fumble now, great field position. In motion left, Robinson. They'll toss it to Fournette. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great play there with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the second extra point he's missed so far. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us...
And the Jags get to him as down he goes.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
And this one complete to Seth Roberts. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Now Carr. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Calais Campbell in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now Carr, got to have this one. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2. Calais Campbell getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. They come out here in the I. Bortles going to look to throw. Eluding the under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. Now the Raiders are going to use another timeout here. That'll be their 2nd, so one more chance to stop the clock here, and we'll be back. The offense on third down, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. So a bullet dodge there defensively. They surrender excellent field position on the kick return, but it winds up not costing them a thing.
And that's a tough sequence of events from an offensive perspective. The inability to get first downs leads to the field goal try. And the inability to cash that in leads to nothing on the scoreboard. And
it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10. Throwing again. Carr. They dump it off to Lynch. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 1. Carr signaling to his guys, let's go here.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Calais Campbell. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it's looking like the Jags are going to win this football game. Down to a knee for the Jags. Victory seemingly in hand. Bortles with a knee to the ground, and that should do it. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Jaguars are winners here as we say so long from Jacksonville.